It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Luxion is back, and so are we for another Trove. And today we're going to be highlighting Luxion's inventory, which is not really that great. It's funny, too. We ended up actually having the dev live stream that just ended up going on, talking about how they would end up adding more Despoiled Divinity to his inventory, but we'll talk about that in another video. Otherwise, bloop, we can only get one of these, and then we can at least get 15 more of his Dragon Souls, which of course is going to end up costing us quite a bit. Overall, the dragon, I think, costs like 400 dragon coins. But we'll talk about like the mounts and all the other things that he ends up selling. You can always gauge what items are tradable based on seeing what you see before you, in that the items that I can continuously buy are items that are going to be tradable. So the the recycler, the wall trophy, as well as the echo wave cycle and the verses of violence, which is a weapon aura, but not the love bug and not the shamrock thing, because both of these were event items back in the day. Now, I do think that it's kind of weird that a loot collector is 30 dragon coins. That's not worth it. And more so than that, a fishy wall trophy, which of course is a item from the alpha days, if I'm not mistaken, is 40 dragon coins. Like, that's pretty expensive for a trophy, but hey, whatever, I'll take it, I guess. Anyways, so let's see what we end up actually getting out of the Dragon Ascension here, as we end up unboxing, using all of these Dragon Souls. New item acquired. So we're going to end up getting the Golden Horde Dragon Badge, which is, okay, that's not, nope, it's not in that section at all, game. That's going to be right down here. We're going to get 100 mastery from this. Absolutely beautiful. And then the dragon mount itself is going to give us another 100 mastery points. Ooh, so that's 200 mastery points for the price of one. This is going to be the Adult Dragon, meaning that it is in fact going to end up being the flying version of Luxion. So the next one on top of this, I think another 15 souls, Luxion's next visit, we're going to be able to have the full dragon. And he's going to be able to actually shoot fireballs, because as of right now, he does not. He does not. Yes, I know that was an awful reference, but I think he's cool. It's definitely a pretty dragon. If you didn't end up completing the Luxion is missing event back, a month or two ago, you're not going to end up having enough souls to do this, frankly. You're going to end up having all the hat style, the weapon styles, all of that junk. But either way, it still is a really cool dragon. I do like it. I like the video effects. I wish they would change the walking animation of the dragons so that it's not just all 4 feet, all 4 feet, all 4 feet, and instead was like, had like a cool trail behind it instead of brr, 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 please, feed me crackers, like it just, whatever. That's just my own 2 cents towards it. But either way, it's still really, really cool. He's got an impressive wingspan, and I like this Luxion because this one has the same wings of Luxion itself. Maybe the ultimate form is going to end up having the same wings, but we ended up taking a look at the Luxion Dragon with mods, a couple videos back. So, I'll put a link at the end of the video that in case you want to see all of the forms of this guy. However, those were mods, so it's not a final representation of what's actually the full-on mounts in the game. So anyways, the other things that we're going to be able to get out of him is, again, Despoiled Divinity, which is a time-gated resource. The Recycler, which I'll show you that in the club world in a bit. The trophy we can see right here. I'm not going to waste my dragon coins on that, like seriously. But if we swap over to my knight, because I already did all this nice and prepared, you can see that this is the weapon aura that we ended up getting last time he was here. But the Echo Wave Cycle, which is pretty cool as far as the Tron bikes are concerned. I like it. I like the video effects of the, in the wheels, and the trail that you have behind this thing is absolutely awesome. You see on the side, we kind of got these neon speakers going, and then behind us, we got like a sound file trailing behind us, as well as the beautiful blue flame. And it's a really good mount. Like, it really is. I really like this one. I feel that when you're staying still, though, the things on the side, like the 2 jet boosters, they don't really need to be there. And in all honesty, I think that we could have gotten away with having this mount just have the trail behind it and not having the extra added flames on the side. But maybe that's just me, because otherwise, staying behind this thing, you're not going to see the sound trail of when you're actually using it. But it's still a really cool mount. I do personally think that all of the Tron mounts should have a longer trail that would kind of just fade rather than just boop, all disappearing at once, like burp, burp. Because then it would be more like a Tron bike, and I think that would be really cool to have a trail behind it, maybe even play a game with your friends acting like you're actually, you know, playing Tron. And then we got this ally right here. This was from an event quite a while ago. It's, I don't know, it's a 4-leaf clover and a hat. I guess the leprechaun's dead, and that was growing out of it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too deep into this, but this ally, where is it? Why do I not know where this thing is? I played this game long enough. There it is. Jeez Louise. This guy's gonna have, can you please just, can 7 attack speed and 1.5% crit hit. 7% attack speed, I should say. So it's not really an ally that you want. I mean, you go for it most of all for the mastery. Every little bit counts, but it's pretty expensive considering what it gives. You know, it's the exact same in terms of price for a mount, which is that's not okay for me. I think this thing should be 50, if not 30 dragon coins, honestly, because you only get like a little bit of mastery out of it as opposed to the mount, where not only is it cool, but personally, do I think that you should invest in this mount? Not really. You know, because even though it is a cool mount, it's not really something that's highly coveted by other players. So I don't think that in a few months it's going to end up selling for anything worthwhile. I mean, if you want to invest your dragon coins into it, of course you can just end up making flux off of it. But if you're going to be playing this game for months on end, I would recommend that you wait until Luxion ends up having like a pair of wings or something that's a little bit more like, oh, that's beautiful, everyone's gonna buy this in a couple months, you know. And I'm always trying to be as honest as I can about the items that you can profit off of, and this is not one of them, I don't think, because there's a lot of these neon bikes, and because of it, I feel that the average player just thinks that this is just another one, you know. Now the aura, that's something you might want to consider. It's pretty expensive, and the fact that it's a weapon aura means that it's not nearly as exciting as getting a pair of wings or something like that, but it is still something that I would consider. I'm not going to buy more of them because I like to wait for things that are a little bit more valuable, but it's definitely something you could either buy right now and then end up selling for a little bit, or you could just buy it and wait and, you know, press your luck and see if it ends up actually selling for something worthwhile. But anyways, this is going to end up being the carpet mount. It's kind of cool. I think we got this in the last Valentine's event, if I'm not mistaken, but it's been such a long time, and I don't really rock this thing that much, but it's got a nice design on it. I like it. Let me see if I can start flying and look underneath it, even though it's kind of reversed. It's pretty cool. I really like the details that they got towards it, you know, kind of the heart with wings. It's very majestic. Feels like a heart piece from, you know, Zelda or something, so it's got a little bit of sentimental to it. Also, it's a flying mount or gliding mount, so you definitely gotta consider that. It's got nice video effects whenever you jump. I think taken straight from the super magical costume, if I'm not mistaken, on the Revenant. But either way, it's cool. It's worth it. You know, any of the flying carpet mounts I think are always worth it. I'm surprised we haven't seen one that is from Aladdin, you know, like the carpet. Why haven't we seen that added to the game? But anyways, you know, it's definitely worth getting. And then the Versus of Violence is going to be a weapon aura, not a hat aura, and you can kind of see it right here. Let me actually take off my helmet just so you can see it on the gun style here. It's pretty cool. It kind of looks better on like longer weapons rather than just the guns, because it kind of does this one side and then the other, and it's the same video effects that what's his name, Alburn, the music dragon, he ends up having the same video effects, right? But either way, I think it's cool. I personally don't really rock this aura, but I do think that it is kind of a radiant aura. You can get away with most radiant styles, or even the Luxion gun, as you see right here. But I do still think that it works better on, you know, swords and stuff like that. It does look pretty good on the fists as well for the Vanguard, because it kind of just stays in a very small area. And again, it's something that I think it's worth it. I think it's worth getting. So then there's also the Recycler, which, I mean, you guys probably already know what this is. Do not be tricked by this thing. It's nothing more than a reskin of the Loot Collector. Oh, I don't even think we have any more in here. We used to have it here, but we swapped back to the Loot Collector because it was confusing too many people, because the Loot Collector's got a nice blue to it. You immediately know what you do with it, as opposed to the Recycler, which it's as disgusting as you saw in the picture, okay? But the reason that they added it originally was because of the fact that people kept saying, or myself more specifically, kept calling Luxion the garbage man. So he was just visiting, and he was always just bringing all of the garbage that nobody ever wanted and selling it for overpriced, you know, dragon coins. And it's kind of true. You know, you can see he still has very lackluster prizes. I still think that he could be selling more than this amount of items per visit for sure, or he could just visit more often, or maybe he's just here all the time and his shop cycles more often. You know, I think that would be really cool. And also it would end up serving as a way to drain dragon coins out of the, you know, player base, so that it would actually be more valuable to actually buy you know, the greater caches and credit pouches, so that you could buy the greater caches and all of that stuff, because otherwise right now it's kind of pointless. Greater caches just aren't really worth it. I mean, I guess they're worth it if you want to go for dragon coins, but not much else, unless you got really good RNG, right? But anyways, I think that's gonna do it for today, everybody. So thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciated. Let me know what you all think. Is it good? Is it bad? I personally feel that it's not the worst things that he could sell, but it's not the best, that's for sure. I do like the fact that we got our Luxion, though. It's cool that we're slowly just getting this dragon. I do feel that we're kind of earning it, even if the dragon itself most of all just gives you mastery. I wish that it would actually be some way of getting flux. Like maybe you could kill dragons with, or kill enemies with its fireball, and they would drop more flux or something. Or while you had him maxed out, maybe more flux would just be more common when, you know, you're out in the world, like grinding and stuff, like those flux tanks, maybe. I don't know. Thanks for watching, though. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to support me, you can always sponsor the YouTube channel with the join button down below, or just buy some of my merch. It's in the description. As well as there is an option for those of you that are free to play in the game and also free to play in real life towards supporting me. It's a pun. You can check out Gawkbox in the description. It's a way that you can actually just download phone games, play them for a few minutes, earn money doing that you can then end up donating. It's absolutely awesome. You know, you could have been doing it while you were watching this video. It takes a few minutes of your time, and it really helps me out. Thanks for watching regardless, though. Sayonara, and stay epic, everybody.